Hi guys, this is Cheryl. I was going to say with Stitching with the Sisterlies. Oh my gosh. I was talking to my sister the other day, so it's kind of stuck in my mind. Anyway, this is Cheryl of A Maker's Life, and welcome to another video. I'm going to be a little discombobulated today, kind of like my hair. I didn't straighten it this morning, but my grandson messaged me, I want to say like 7 in the morning, and said, "Hey Grandma, can I come over with my friend?" And I'm like, "Sure, when are you coming over?" He said 30 minutes. I'm like, okay. So we made breakfast for him and we hung out, and then suddenly my kids from California showed up. I knew they were coming to celebrate Sarah's birthday, but I thought it was next week. So I was really quite surprised. So if I'm a little discombobulated, that's why. But I hope you had a great week. I had a great week. Ed and I spent, let's see, I guess it's been a little over a week ago now. Ed had surgery on his face to remove some basal cell carcinoma, which is not a big deal. What became a big deal is that it followed a nerve down in his face, so it ended up having to be a bigger surgery than they were expecting. But they want him to follow it up with some radiation, but they said they got all of the cancer. They just want to make sure and follow it up. So we go on Monday for that appointment to meet with oncology. And let's see, what else did we do this week? Oh my gosh, it feels like it's been a whirlwind. But I've been stitching away, cleaning my house up from a month being gone here and there, you know, between my sister being here and that. But anyway, it's been a great week. I harvested everything out of our garden that we were gonna, let's see, the Amish paste tomatoes were the last things that I harvested, which is what I'm gonna make tomato soup today, because it's that kind of weather around here. So anyway, I'm gonna show you how I make that. So I had so many tomatoes to make tomato soup. I made tomato sauce, I made diced tomatoes, sun-dried tomatoes, you know, anything tomatoes. Although we do eat a lot of tomatoes, so that's great. Like this morning I did scrambled eggs with sun-dried tomatoes and some of our peppers from the garden. It was yummy. And anyway, so we're going to be making some tomato basil soup, and I'll show you that. Tomato red pepper basil soup. Basil's really the garnish, so I'm not sure why I even added basil. But anyway, so that's what we're going to be doing today. The corn is all in. Everything's in. So now this week we're going to spend putting the gardens to bed, pulling everything out and putting them all to bed. Although my celery, I still have, I don't know if you remember in the previous video, I'll link it here, a previous video where I showed the gardens, the one that had the turnips and beets. My experimental garden is doing so well. In fact, maybe I should take a video of that and put it in here so you can see it. But anyway, that's the only garden we're probably going to leave in is the experimental garden. And it's experimental because it's an area that doesn't get much sun, and I put these seeds in way early in the year, and they're supposed to not go in until fall for us. But we knew that area didn't get much sun, so I'm going to see how these turn out. We're getting a lot of growth on them, so who knows? We'll see. It's an experiment. Anyway, so that's pretty much been my week. It's just been a catch-up week. Just a catch-up week. I feel still so discombobulated. I spent the whole day chatting and cooking and laughing, and now I'm just My brain hasn't unwound, as you could tell. But I want to get this video done for Saturday morning, so. Anyway, here we go. We're gonna do tomato soup. Hope you enjoy it. Tell me what you think. Thanks. I don't know why I said thanks. Tell me what you think. Okay. Bye. Well, not really bye. Stick around because we're gonna make tomato soup. And I'm just gonna stop talking. Hi guys. I could not figure out my camera setup. So I'm just gonna have to figure out how to show you what I'm doing. I'll have to hold stuff up. So this is my tomato soup. And I do it, this actually I got this recipe from my neighbor, and so I'm gonna, it's done on a sheet pan, and I'm gonna show you right here. First thing we do, get some olive oil, and you put a generous amount on the pan. I mean, a generous amount. So you can see that's quite a bit of olive oil. And we're going to be adding olive oil on the top as well. So anyway, that's how we start. And these are my Amish tomatoes. And literally all I'm going to do is cut the tops off and cut them in half. And then I'm going to fill up half of the pan with tomatoes. So if they're a little bigger, then I cut them into quarters. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here cutting them in half. So I'm going to sit here cutting these up. Oops. I'll probably speed it up because I know you guys are going to be bored watching this. My kids tried my first batch and they really like this, so I'm happy. I was excited to show it to you guys. Okay, so just these last few more, and then we're going to add so I have half of the pan of tomatoes. Now I'm going to add onions. I just slice them up. Oops, I just slice them up and put them on the pan. So I'll show you that. I might have to add some more tomatoes, but I want to get this chopped up first. So I know this is kind of precarious. It's on top of my Vitamix, but it's all I got to make it tall enough. So what do you guys think about having like a cross stitch day or a quilt day? Which I'm going to show you something a little bit later. If you stick to the end, there's a block of the month that I'm getting ready to do that I think those of you who quilt would enjoy. That was Ed. He's fighting a cold on top of everything else. Everything else he's fighting a cold on top of it. I'm guessing he probably got it when we were at the hospital, but you know, it is what it is, that time of year. So I'm going to add a little bit more onion. I like a lot of onion. I think I'll just add the whole thing. It calls for a whole onion, so I'm just going to do it. Oops, one hit the floor. It'll have to stay there. Okay. So now it's like 2/3 this, third onions, 2/3 tomato, third onions. Then you add bell pepper if you want bell pepper. It could be any color. I've added red bell peppers, yellow bell peppers, whatever I have on hand, just because I like peppers. The last thing I'm going to add is actually hot spicy peppers, jalapenos, and those, Ed likes it really spicy, so I added a bunch with last time though, so I'm not sure if I'm going to make this one super spicy, because he had one that was spicy, and when I went to eat it, I was like, whoa, that's too hot even for me, and I like spicy, so I'm cutting them in strips, and I'm just adding them down the middle. So we're going to roast these. The first thing you should do is put your oven to 400, because we're going to roast them for 40 minutes in the oven. And when they come out of the oven, we will blend them. Didn't have much on there. So I don't know if you know that sometimes these green pepper, the bell pepper seeds can be spicy too, and this one in particular is a little on the spicy side. So I have some jalapenos to put in here, so I don't want to make it even more spicy. Otherwise, you're going to hear me yell. I like spicy, but I am not good. Once it hits too much, you'll hear me. It's like when I'm hot. Everybody knows when I'm hot. I'm a big baby. But right now the weather's getting cooler, so that's really nice. It rained here for a couple days, and now it's supposed to warm up some, but it's not going to get super hot. So anyway, that's what it looks like so far. These are garlic that I grew. Oh, I can't open it. These are garlic that I grew this year. And I leave these, you know, took the skins off, and I'm just gonna sprinkle them in here however much we like. I like a lot of garlic because I like this soup, especially in the winter time. I think it's good for immunity, building your immunity up, and I like a lot of garlic for that reason. So I didn't make this quick enough for Ed. Okay, now I'm gonna chop up this pepper. This I just do in rounds and then just sprinkle it in. We got so many peppers. I don't know how your gardens did. I don't know if you grow hot peppers or any kind of peppers, but our garden did exceptionally well this year with peppers. So I told our neighbor's gardener to please come take all he wanted. Okay, I'm gonna have to try this one because I'm not sure if this one is too hot, but you're gonna know if it is in a minute. Oh, please don't be super hot. Okay, I'm going to try this little tiny piece. Little tiny. I mean, it's got a little kick. It's not bad though. So that will go in there. Just have to make sure there are no seeds. Or very few. All right. Wash my hands. All right. So now I drizzle it with some more olive oil. Let's see, let me switch places. Somehow I gotta get a better setup for this. So this one I don't do as much on the top. About like that. And then salt. And it's just really however much salt you like. Remember, this is all going to get blended up. Pepper. So I got these grinders and I'm not in love with them. I keep, you're supposed to twist this little thing on the top and it can't go any tighter. It's still big chunks. And then this is herbes Provence. I've used Italian seasonings in the past, but I don't even know how much to tell you to put on. Sorry, I would say it's like 4 tablespoons or 4, yeah, I would say 4 tablespoons, but so that's what it looks like. So now we're gonna put it in the oven for 40 minutes and then we'll go from there. See you then. Hey Siri, set timer 40 minutes.
40 minutes starting now.
Okay, so here is, these are the parsnips. And so, I mean, my hope is that they're way down under there because I shouldn't pull them up till November. So that's my hope there. Here, I definitely have some growing here. Wait, parsnips. My grandson pulled out my tags. No, these were the parsnips, I think. They look like parsnips. Anyway, there's a few of them in here, but they're definitely, oh no, these are turnips. So the turnips are growing. And the beets, we'll see. We'll see how these do. I don't see any beets poking off the top, but I definitely feel them under there. So anyway, that's my experimental garden. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, we're back. And now, let me show you it. So it baked for 40 minutes, got a lot of liquid in there, so I can't tilt it too far. But that's what it looks like, all roasted. And now all I'm gonna do is scoop it all into my Vitamix, whatever mixer you have. Scoop it all in there. And I put liquids in all because at the end it's gonna be thick. However, it doesn't matter how much you put in here. Even with all the liquid, it's still gonna be thick. So sometimes I leave it thick and chunky, and then sometimes, I thin it out with vegetable stock. So this time I actually already made another batch over here, and I thinned that one out with vegetable stock because I'm going to add this to it and then I'm going to can it for the winter. So this one, I believe I water bath canned this because it's pretty acidic. So I mean, it's going to make, I think each one I've made makes about 4 to 6 cups of tomato tomato soup. And then at the end, I won't show you that, but you can garnish it with, I garnish mine with fresh basil. And my daughter-in-law was saying she does hers, Sarah, does hers with cheese. And my grandson was saying, hey, you could put sour cream on it, or so many, whatever. So much stuff you can garnish tomato soup with. So, there we go. So this is what it looks like. Then you stick it in there. Squish it down. And it's going to be loud for a minute. So it's all done and ready to eat. So, you know, this is about how thick it is, and you can thin it down with vegetable stock, or even, I think you could use chicken stock. But it is super yummy, you guys. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you make some. Okay, let me turn the camera off and get settled, and I want to talk to you about the block of the month, the quilt block of the month. Okay, be back. Okay, and that quick, we're done. And that soup was yummy, and I have more to get to. I want to give you an update on my sourdough. So basically the month that I was gone, I think I killed it. And I know everybody would say I didn't, but I didn't trust it. So I'm starting it over. I'm starting the one over. The one in the refrigerator, I want to leave in the refrigerator, but I'm starting over, and then I'm going to do the sourdough bread. I was really hoping to make some this weekend with the tomato soup, but that didn't work out. So I know everybody's going, it's okay, I'm sure it's okay. But I wasn't going to trust it. So anyway, sourdough bread will be another time. But anyway, that tomato soup is super yummy, and it's easy to do. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you make it. I hope you enjoy it. I know you will. And anyway, so that's all I have for this week. Next week, I'm going to be talking about block of the month, and I'm going to show you the block of the month now and give you the information if you want to join. But I'm going to talk about it a little bit more even next week when I do my quilt area. If I took you, in fact, I'll probably video a little bit of it. If I took you in my quilt room right now, a month of just going in there and throwing everything in, I've got to clean it out before I can start sewing. But the block of the month is going to be beautiful. It looks like a Pendleton quilt. And like I said, I'll show you in just a minute. But I hope you have enjoyed the cooking sessions. I'd really like to know if you do or not, because if you enjoy it, I'll keep doing them. And anyway, I sure enjoy it. I love cooking. I know I've got to figure out a better camera system for this. One of the viewers said to put it up high, which has been great, but I feel like I need a camera looking down at what I'm doing at the same time, so I've got to figure that portion out. And I think I'll talk to Anna, because she just did that. She's got a camera for that. So that's my hope for the next one, because it's a little hard to I feel like the camera needs to be even higher. Anyway, I'm rambling. So let me go get the papers. I see I left the papers over in the printer for this block of the month, and I want to show you that. So hang on just a second. Okay, so this is a girlfriend of mine from church runs a retreat center in Washington. I want to say it's in the Vancouver area, but I'm not totally sure. And she has a company called Quilted Treasures, and she's doing a block of the month, and it's all with Willmington fabrics, so it's beautiful. And there's 2 patterns that you can pick from for this block of the month. The details are, it's a 10-month block of the month starting January of 2026. It's a $70 registration fee that is due by December 1st. And it's $35 a month if you do, it's $35 a month if you do it monthly, which ends up being like $395, I think. If you pay in full, you get a discount. I think it ends up being $315 for all of the fabric and the design. So, and I'll tell you more about it next week also. So this is the first one. This is called Gentle Meadow. It's a queen size quilt, 91 by 106. And it's featuring Gentle Meadow by Lola Molina of Willmington Prints. So this is the first one. So the colors are as seen, so they'd be blue and yellow. And then the next one, well, come back into focus. And then the next one is called Forest Trails. This is the one I'm going to do. And I'm going to do a weekly video on the block of the month. A once a month video of the block of the month. So this is a queen size quilt, 97 by 102. And I'm actually going to make it into a king size quilt, because when you see this, it's gorgeous. And I'm just going to add some more to the edges of it. So this is Forest Trails by Willmington, and this is all batiks. So this one to me, sorry, I couldn't get it to print, so I'm going to use my computer. This one looks like a Pendleton blanket to me. And those are the colors. Ooh. Oh, come on back. This has been my day. Let's see. Okay. The whole thing moved on me. Okay. This has been my day. So again, there it is. Isn't that gorgeous? So it's browns and teals and golds and greens. Teal? Yeah, teals and greens and blues. To me, that looks like a Pendleton blanket. So I'm very excited to do this one. And I think, from what I see in the pattern, I think it's, I wouldn't say it's beginner level, but if you know anything about quilting, I think you'd be able to do this one. So anyway, that is the block of the month that I'm going to be doing with my friend. And I think that's all I have for today. Next week is going to be on quilting. Some of my quilts that I hopefully will have done by then. So I also noticed that I'm wearing the same top that I wore last time. Better change this up a little more often. Anyway, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and trying to get those numbers up so I can get more content out. And anyway, I appreciate you guys. I can't wait to see you next week, and tell me if you want to do the cooking. And I'm hoping to do a stitch along, just a live stitch along one time, coming up here probably in November. But anyway, until then, we'll see you soon. Bye, and God bless.